Eric, you need to unmute yourself.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us on this special occasion. I'm really happy to be here with you all as we start fall 2020. So, you know, I've been thinking as we begin the semester how different it is this year, and we're all facing special circumstances and special challenges. What I could tell you is that over the summer, as best as we can, we have kind of re-examined almost everything that we do at the university. So all the professors have re-examined the way they teach their classes, and you know, we're doing the best we can with the remote classes and making them as good as possible. We've looked at everything from declaring a major to advising students and holding graduate thesis defenses, and come up with a lot of new procedures, as well as the kind of procedures that we have in place to protect you all from COVID. But in the midst of all those changes, there are also some things that have stayed the same, and that's our commitment to provide you with a quality education. So we're really happy to welcome you into the Department of Religious Studies and to continue if you've been here for a while. When I describe our department, if you look at us, we're not one of the larger departments on campus, but sometimes I'll say to the faculty, we're small, but we're mighty. So we have a kind of an outsized influence through our introductory courses. Many of you, when you came into the department, you took either Intro to Religion or you took Studies in World Religions, and that's what got you interested, and you say like, oh, this is really interesting stuff. And then we offer our advanced undergraduate courses where you can find just tons, pretty much any social or political issue or spiritual issue that you're interested in exploring. We have courses related to it. So we are a small department, but we're mighty. And we also, because we're small, we can give you attention. So we really are focused as a faculty, and I love the faculty in our department. We just have wonderful, wonderful professors. If you have a question, something that you want to explore, that you want to learn about, you could pretty much find a faculty member in our department who will work with you and give you that individual attention. I have one other thing I want to tell you all. We're kind of at an interesting time in our own history as a department. So this year, we are 25 years old. We're a young university, but we're also a young department. I don't think I mentioned this to the faculty actually when our first faculty meeting last week, but I've been at FIU for 25 years now. I came in 1995. And when I was interviewed to come to FIU, we were the Department of Philosophy and Religion. So religion has been around in the university for a long time, really since its beginning, but we were not a separate department. When I came to be interviewed, and it seems just like, you know, a blink of an eye, and here I am 25 years later, we were the Department of Philosophy and Religion. But when I started in August 1995, we were the Department of Religious Studies. And it's just incredible to think that 25 years. So this is our silver anniversary. We're really happy. This is a fall that I think we'll never forget for lots of reasons. But I hope that as we are kind of transitioning and maybe the number of COVID cases is going down, that we'll find this year other things to celebrate, like our 25th anniversary and all the good things that we have. And of course, one of the best things that we have is that you all are here. So I'm very happy to leave you in the hands of Professor Akhtar. He's going to take good care of you and help you to understand how the department works and kind of what things you need to do. I'm happy for all our faculty members that are here, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much, Eric. I really appreciate it. Let's see, who would like to go?
I have some other meetings to attend, so I need to jump off here, but,
no problem.
But have a great day, everybody.
Thanks for joining us.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Ana Maria, would you like to go?
Perfect.
Okay.
Good morning. Buenos días. I am Ana Maria Videgain. I am the professor who teaches mostly Latin American religions, but also I teach migration and religion. I teach women participation in Christianity. I teach also a specialized course, for example, on Brazil, like politics, society in Brazil, and religion, of course. Well, I will be happy to have you, particularly my courses, you will find it at the end of your undergraduate courses. And that is my work, and I am totally open to talk with you if you are interested in some special topic regarding Christianity. I teach also a course on world Christianity, but not only Christianity. I am, of course, very interested on the interreligious dialogue, particularly regarding our region, not only Latin America, but when I say our region, I am thinking on both sides, as in North and South. And well, I will be happy to talk with you. Please send me an email and we agree to have a Zoom meeting or a Google meeting, and we can talk because this semester I am not teaching for undergrad, even though in the spring I should teach some course that will be particular. I don't remember exactly if migration that I will teach, and now both course that I will teach, they will be undergraduate section, particularly for those who are in the last semesters. And I don't know if you have some question. I am here.
Thank you so much, Ana Maria. I appreciate that. Oren, would you like to go?
Sure. Hi, everyone, and welcome to a new, very strange year at FIU. So I'm Oren Steer. I've been here almost as long as Dr. Larson, not quite. And we're both a lot grayer than we were when we first started, I'll put it that way. At FIU, in addition to being a professor of religious studies, I direct the Holocaust and Genocide Studies program. Related to that, most of my teaching these days is in that subject area of Holocaust and Genocide Studies, although I also teach a regular course on religion and violence to the grads and the undergrads, as well as I teach periodically the introductory level courses, intro-religion and world religions. So my courses this year, right now I'm teaching Tuesday nights remotely religion and violence with the graduate seminar add-on. I don't think any of the undergraduates here are registered, but there's still space if you are interested. And I'm also teaching online a new course called Judaism After the Holocaust, a focus on Elie Wiesel. In the spring, I'm going to be teaching my supposed to be hybrid Holocaust course, 1 meeting a week plus work online. We'll see how things develop, but I have a funny feeling that's going to be remote in the end. And I'm also going to be teaching my fully online Holocaust cinema class in the spring. So a lot of Holocaust studies opportunities, as well as religion and violence. I also do some advising in religion and culture, generally religion and literature and things like that. I'm always available by Zoom, and all you need to do is email me to set up a time to talk. Even if we've never met before, I'd be very happy to meet you and to help you in any way that I can. Let me know if you have any questions.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Oren. And also thank you for the letter of support. That was really helpful. All right, Whitney, how?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Thanks. So my name is Whitney Bauman. Nice to meet you all. Nice to see you virtually at least. Maybe one of these days we'll meet in person. So we have a few different types of, I think, religious studies professors in our department, and I'm a religion and person. So I do religion and stuff. But so it's what I teach right now is religion and nature, religion and ecology. So I have a course called Earth Ethics. It's environmental ethics, a little bit of environmental philosophy, and religion and nature stuff. And then I teach another course called Religion and Science. It's about the history of religion and science, how they've shaped each other throughout the past couple thousand years, or well, not that long because science is not that old, but anyways. And then I teach also courses pretty regularly on religion and queer theory. So if you're interested in sort of like issues around sexuality and religion, that sort of thing, I teach a course on that. And also a course on technology and human values. So how does technology change the way that we relate to one another and to the rest of the natural world? And so those are the types of classes I teach. I'm actually coming to you live from Berlin right now, which is where I live sometimes. But during pandemic year, I'm in Berlin all year. So I'm also happy to meet with you anytime if you want to chat about any of the things I'm interested in. Just remember that I'm 6 hours ahead of you. So if you email me at 3 in the afternoon, you probably won't hear from me until the next day. But welcome to you all and to the department.
Thanks a lot, Whitney. I really appreciate it. Erin?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Erin Weston, and I'm an assistant teaching professor at FIU, and I've been around a long time as well, except that I was a student back in those days when some of these professors just came to FIU, and we were religious studies and philosophy. So one day you could be sitting here too. I teach magic and religions, witchcraft and neo-paganism, new religious movements, which I'm teaching this semester. I'm super excited about. I want to look at the conspirituality movement with the conspiracy theories, combining with the new religious movements, especially in the New Age kind of community and the health and wellness communities. I also teach healers and mediums, which is fascinating, exploring both traditional and alternative healing methods. And so that's fun. I teach religion and film. I teach Buddhism. I teach a lot because I just teach. So that's my main job description. Meditation and mystical traditions and the world religions, and I teach religion and film. So if you're interested in any of those topics, especially magic and the occult or kind of anthropology of religion, feel free to reach out to me. I'm here. I already taught fully online before, so I feel like I was kind of prepared for this situation, gratefully. But I know it's been really challenging, and it's a new way of teaching and learning for many of you. So I'm here if I can help in any way. Thanks.
Wonderful. Thanks a lot, Erin. Carlos?
Sure. My name is Carlos Grenier. I am an assistant professor in the department. My focus is on Islamic civilization, Islamic history, particularly the pre-modern historical aspect of the Islamic world. So medieval Islamic societies, the origins of Islam, and then my specific focus, which is the Ottoman Empire and its religious life, beginning in the 1400s. I've taught classes. I've taught a lot of the introductory classes. I've taught a class called Islam, Faith, and Society. And this semester, I'm teaching a class called Islam and Gender, which is an interesting subject. And I encourage you guys all to register because we have plenty of room still if you guys are still on the fence about any of the classes you're currently taking. And in the future, I plan to teach a lot of other classes related to Islam, Islamic mysticism, classes on religious encounters between Islam and other religions, things like the Crusades, things like that. I'm open to talking to any of you guys and at any time on anything related to Islamic civilization. And I'm not really sure what else I have to say. Welcome to the department, and it'll be good to see you guys around remotely over the next year.
Thanks a lot, Carlos. I appreciate it. I was thinking we can, before we segue into the next portion, Victoria, if you want to talk a little bit about TAK, would that be okay?
Sure. Hi, my name is Victoria. I go by Vicky. I'm a master's student, a religious master's student here at FIU. I'm currently the president of TAK. TAK is the religious honor society we have here. We're most notable for our third Thursdays coffee hour. but we hopefully have a few more things planned this semester as well. It's going to be all Zoom, but I think it's going to be great. I just want to let you know that we have our first meeting today that I encourage you guys all to go. Not today, I'm so sorry. On Wednesday, next Wednesday, September 2nd at 1 o'clock. You should have all got an email about it. But if not, you guys can email me about it and I'll send you a link. And if you guys have any questions, need any advice for undergraduates, I just did it. And yeah.
Yeah, I just want to add that TAK is a real pillar of undergraduate life here, of student life in the Religious Studies department. It's a way that undergraduates and graduate students can get to know each other and present their research and sort of share a kind of student-centered environment that you guys might not be able to get in other places. So as Vicky said, the main event that or the most consistent event that we hold are these third Thursday coffee hours. And in these coffee hours, you guys will have to bring your own coffee in this case, and donuts. But typically what we'll do is have somebody present their research, whether it's faculty or student, and it'll be open to a very sort of free-form question and answer session after that, and some socialization, any kind. You guys can linger over this coffee hour. Typically, it goes, it's more than an hour traditionally. And I really encourage you guys to sort of take part in the organization, whether or not you've been formally inducted into TAK or not. We envision it as kind of a hub for all the students to sort of relate to each other as students and sort of expand your horizons a bit by learning what other students are interested in and what other faculty are working in besides outside of your own particular academic trajectory. So yeah, that's all I had to say on that.
Thanks a lot, Carlos. I appreciate it. Just to very briefly let you know what we're going to be doing, so I think now all the professors and have introduced themselves. So what we'll do is we have the academic advisors who are actually going to be helping you in terms of figuring out what courses to take, when to take them, what you need to graduate, and sort of evaluating your transcripts. So Tawana and Cindy will be next, and then followed by that will be Juliana, who will be talking about the psychological services that we have sort of available for students. Of course, this is a very stressful time, and just being in university is kind of challenging. So just to know kind of what type of resources are available. And then finally, we'll have an excellent presentation by Stephanie, who is the librarian for religious studies, as well as other departments. And she's going to go into detail in terms of the type of virtual resources that are now available to us, not just before the pandemic, but also kind of what's become available now. So hopefully you'll be able to stay through the entire introduction, all of the introductions, and then sort of until the end. And if you have any questions, feel free to text me and chat while the presentations are going on, or you can wait till the end and ask questions. So with that, I will turn it over to Tawana and Cindy. If you can please introduce yourselves, and then you can sort of give us an introduction to kind of the type of stuff that you do and what our students need to be thinking about.
Okay, so hi everyone. For those of you who have not met me yet, my name is Tawana Adedokun, and I'm the academic advisor for the Department of Religious Studies. I want to encourage all of you to take advantage of me as a guide to all of your university resources. I'm here to basically help you navigate your requirements, not only for your major, but for FIU. So just come, schedule an appointment with me, plan ahead, especially for the upcoming semester. I would recommend that you come and see me no later than like October, November, so that we can already start planning for spring. If you're interested in taking courses within the department and outside of the department that you're not sure of, and you're not sure if it meets a specific requirement, I encourage you to come and meet with me just so that I make sure that I'm able to guide you in terms of meeting individual requirements within your major. That's about it. Nice to meet you all. You guys have a great semester, and I'm always here. You can, you have access to my calendar on the Panther Success Network. So schedule an appointment anytime you need advice, or if you want to just talk about the major, or other opportunities within the university, like career advising and college life coaching, recommendations and things like that, come and see me. So nice to meet you all.
Thank you so
Hi.
much, Tawana.
Hi, everyone. My name is Cindy. I'm also an academic advisor. I do religious studies online, and also I'm housed at the Biscayne Bay campus. So, you know, if once everything's over and you live closer to that campus and don't want to drive down to see Tawana, you can definitely come see me in that campus. And as Tawana said, please come see us. If by any reason you can't schedule an appointment, we do have virtual walk-in hours, which are every Monday from 9 to 11, and then every Thursday from 2 to 4. So we'll drop the link at the chat box. All you have to do is click that link during those times, and you will be able to communicate with us if you can't schedule an appointment through the Panther Success Network. So I definitely encourage you all to come see us at least once or twice per semester to make sure you're on track. And if you need anything, any substitutions that your professor approved of, and you want to make sure that your PDA reflects those substitutions, definitely reach out, and we're more than happy to help you out with anything related to FIU.
Thank you so much, Cindy. I really appreciate it. And just to let all of the students know that, you know, we're going to do our very best to try to accommodate you, to help you in terms of graduating, whatever we can do legally to substitute or to, you know, to make this easier for you and so that you can graduate faster. We're here to help you. So please don't hesitate to talk to us, to reach out to us, to connect, whatever we can do to help you. We really want you to succeed, not just in the department, but even later on as well. So that's great. Thank you so much, Cindy. I am going to just transition back to Erin very quickly.
Thank you. I failed to mention that I'm the director of the program in the study of spirituality at FIU, and we have an undergraduate certificate, which is 5 classes. And so you can double dip. So you could have 3 religious studies classes and then 2 classes in another topic related to spirituality, anthropology, art, whatever. So that's another thing that you can get on top of your major, your minor. And so if you're interested, please contact me and I'll get you set up. Okay, so you might have already fulfilled the requirements. You never know. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Erin. That's awesome. Really appreciate all the hard work that you put into it. Next one, now we're going to transition to sort of seeing what type of support services are available for you guys. Juliana, would you like to go?
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, before I start, do you mind giving me access to share my screen?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, I apologize. I totally, here, let's see.
Okay, can everybody see my screen?
Yeah. Let's see.
I'm sorry if you guys hear dogs barking in the background. I think my dogs are a little bit hyper right now. But anyway, I'm Juliana. I'm a peer educator with the Counseling and Psychological Services. So today I'm basically just going to be talking about the counseling center, the services that we provide, and how to access the services. So just to let you guys know, on this page, I just kind of put like our website that has our services listed a little bit more in depth if anybody wanted to check that out. I also have our phone number listed here, which is 305-348-2277. Because of COVID-19 right now, we are having very limited in-person appointments, so we are mainly doing everything remotely. So this means that we're offering therapy through things like Zoom and online workshops and stuff like that. But our phone number still works, so if anybody ever wanted to access our services, this would be the phone number that you use. I also wanted to note that this phone number also it's a 24-hour hotline. So, you know, if you call between the hours of like 8 and 5, Monday through Friday, and you wanted to access this 24-hour hotline, you would have to dial 1. However, if you call after hours, it automatically turns into a 24-hour hotline for any student that's in crisis. So I would like to mention that the services that we offer at the counseling center are completely free and confidential. Free in the sense that you're already paying it in your health fee, and completely confidential because anything that you tell like a counselor in a private session or anything that you say in a group therapy session, for example, will never be spoken of outside of that room. Your friends, your family, your professors, none of them are going to know that you're accessing these services. And if you do go visit the counseling center, it's not going to show up on like your academic records or anything. So it's 100% confidential. And again, we also, we have mental health professionals. So it's not like you're going to go to the counseling center and see a student like me. You're actually going to see like a licensed therapist that is there. So we have psychologists, we have psychiatrists, we have social workers. We have this like large array of people that are basically there to help you whenever you need help. So aside from the actual counseling portion of what we offer, we do have our victim empowerment program. So the victim empowerment program falls within a department, like we have the counseling center and then we have the victim empowerment program. So what this program provides is just help for students that have been through any type of victimization. So I'm gonna go a little bit more into depth about the services that the VEP provides. So any student that has gone through threatened or like actual violence, either through stalking, relationship abuse, or any other type of victimization, they would be able to access services through the victim empowerment program. So what we offer is we offer counseling, we offer safety planning, we offer choices. Our advocates explain choices to students, and identifying needs and options. So basically, like the whole mission of the victim empowerment program is to provide confidential assistance to individuals that have been victimized through threatened or actual violence, and to promote the healing process. We also have a lot of projects on the side to help with prevention education for students. So like giving presentations on things like relationship violence or stalking, to kind of help inform students and faculty about things that go on as preventative education. So yeah, another thing that I want to mention is like the counseling that the VEP provides is trauma-informed counseling. So this is a lot different from what the counseling and psychological services psychology like counseling looks like, because that's more like mental health for like depression and anxiety, and this would be more focused around trauma. Another option that we do provide at the VEP is advocacy. So we understand that a lot of the times that students that have gone through victimization, it can definitely have an effect on their academic life. So the advocates at the VEP, they're there to help with students that like maybe have trouble dropping classes, maybe they have problems with registration. Really anything that the student needs is available to them. So the services aren't limited to what I've listed here. If the student needs something that's not on this list, then the advocates are more than happy to help them out with that. So I just included pictures about our victim empowerment program staff, so you guys can see them right there. And aside from that, I'm just gonna speak really briefly on the actual like counseling center services. So we do offer individual counseling as well as group counseling. And we also offer consultations and referrals. So like I mentioned before, because of COVID-19, we're doing everything remotely. So we still do offer individual and group counseling online. So some of the common mental health issues that a lot of students go through while they're in college would be like depression, anxiety, stress. Sometimes people might have problems like adjusting to the college life, or being away from home, or just being in a new environment. As well as alcohol and substance use disorders, as well as a lot more. Aside from all of that, we do offer workshops that are free for any student and faculty member. So our workshops are led by CAPS clinicians, and they talk about things like mental health, relationship violence, stress and time management workshops, and they're really great. If anybody was interested in attending one of our workshops, you would just visit our website, caps.fiu.edu, and under the services tab, we have a list of all of our upcoming workshops with dates and times and Zoom links. So it's a really great tool to use if you wanted to learn like more information about maybe how to manage anxiety or how to manage stress, but didn't necessarily want to speak to a counselor. These workshops are really helpful. And finally, one of the last services that we have that I just think is like really cool for students and also faculty to know is we have this thing called Cognito. So Cognito is basically an online simulation that helps you learn how to have a difficult conversation with a friend. So maybe you have a friend or a family member that you might be concerned about, or that you might be worried about, or maybe a student you might be worried about, but you're not necessarily sure how to approach them. This is a really great tool to use. It takes like 30 to 40 minutes, and it just teaches you what are the questions to ask, what are some red flags to look for, and what services to offer students or friends if they are in trouble. So aside from that, I'm just putting our website here one more time. We do have locations at MMC and BBC campus, but again, because we're working remotely, we're mainly just doing things through like Zoom. So this is our phone number again, if anybody wanted to schedule an appointment. And I'll be putting it in the chat in case anybody wants to save it for later. And also, we do have social media. We have a Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Instagram is our most active one, and that's where we're posting like any updates on COVID-19 relating to the counseling center, as well as advertisements for our upcoming workshops. We do have a podcast, and we also post like information about like mental health and stuff like that, and occasionally do giveaways. So if you guys were ever interested in that, I would suggest checking that out. And yeah, that's basically it. So thank you for your time, and I hope that this was helpful.
That was amazing, Juliana. Thank you so much. I mean, I didn't realize that you guys were doing so much in terms of like student support. I think this would be really great, just to excellent like wraparound sort of services to just, you know, promote sort of a healthier environment and sort of really help people cope, and especially at this time. That's really remarkable. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thanks for
you.
introducing us. Yeah. Any questions for anybody else before we start? All right, so now I'm going to turn it over to Stephanie, who's going to be doing our last presentation. So Stephanie is an amazing friend. So she is sort of the main librarian for the Department of Religious Studies. She's extremely responsive. She does an amazing job sort of getting stuff from all over the world, wherever you need. If there's something that's digital, she can figure it out and find it. She does a great job of like helping our students in terms of thinking about how to access library resources, how to cite things. I mean, she's just unbelievable. So we're so happy to have Stephanie to present about the library and library resources that are accessible to you guys.
Thank you. That's quite an intro. I don't know if I'm going to be able to live up to all of that, but I will always try, of course. Hi, everybody. Again, my name is Stephanie Brennanson, and I'm the Graduate Studies librarian, but I've been the liaison to religious studies for, I think, 24 years now. So it's been quite a while, and I always enjoy working with this department. My undergrad was, half of my undergrad was religious studies, so it's, you know, it's close to my heart and my interests. So I think that's why I enjoy it so much. There are so many things changing this semester, and some of the issues, you know, that we're all confronting are going to be part of my talk with you today, because we're all trying to get used to a more virtual application of everything we're doing, and it has created some barriers along the way, but we're doing our best to make things available. I'd like to show my screen. Am I set up to do that?
Yeah, you should be able to do it. I've given you co-host privileges. So I'll double check.
Here we go. Can you guys see this screen? Let's see. Can you see the FIU library?
Yes.
Yep, we can see everything.
Okay, great. Well, here's the, I'll start here and work through my explanations from this screen. you know, at first glance, the library homepage, library.fiu.edu, looks as it always does. So if you're familiar with it, it doesn't look any different. But what we have changed is some of the things that we've played with. For example, today's hours. Now we list the hours for our services right here. The chat service is from 9 to 6, and you just go to Ask Us, because now we're doing all of our reference and consultation virtually. So for quick questions, you have very quick access to librarians by clicking on Ask Us. This thing pops out sometimes when you're working on a page, so you just do no thanks if you don't want to ask a question and go on. But there are librarians who are online from, today it says 9 to 6, but that's because it's a Friday. Normally it's later, I think into 9 p.m. And of course you can go to the full hours to see what the hours are. You probably also notice it says by reservation here. And that is because for people to use the library, to actually physically go there now, they're only doing it by reservation, and they're 2-hour reservations. So if you need to be in the library, they are going to have places where you can just sit and study, and they'll also have computers available at both BBC and MMC. But again, it'll be 2-hour blocks, and then in between those 2-hour blocks, there'll be an hour of no one really in the library, and the custodial services will be cleaning everything, and then the next 2-hour blocks will start. So you can imagine that between social distancing and these restricted reservations, that very fewer people are able to use the in-person services. So, the good side of the online is that it's 24/7. You can go online and use our collections and our resources that are online 24/7. And then obviously you can ask questions. When the Ask Us button isn't here, I shouldn't say that the button's always there, but when the chat is not open, there's a way for you to email if you want to, so you can do that as well. We're also thinking that in the near future, we're going to open up a sort of Zoom, I'll call it a Zoom reference room, and you'll be able to come in and we will be able to work with you and see your computer screen and guide you a little more easily than in a chat. So we're looking forward to implementing that, and it should start pretty soon. So keep your eyes open for that. If you need to reserve a space in the library, you just go to the Library of Reservation system over here. And there'll also be a way for you to reserve books, because you can't go into the stacks to look for books. So we'll talk about doing research, but when you're about to do that, that will be talking about that as well. And I know that a lot of people are trying to get their hands on laptops and other devices. There's a reservation system there as well that'll explain what you need to do if there are even computers available. That keeps changing. It's a moving target. So when you're using the library site, one of the things that I would recommend, if you're just sort of starting a project, I think that it's a pretty good idea to use the discovery system. It doesn't search everything. That really isn't true. What it does is search many of our databases, and including, it does have the religious studies database that I'm going to recommend to you, but the interface is better when you search it in its normal space. So I'll take you there in a minute. But the discovery system looks at databases and it looks at the catalog. So you're able to do both at the same time. So I find very often with undergraduates, you're trying to get a picture of what's out there. This gives you a good overall picture, but I often recommend a different approach once you've made a decision about what you really want to work on, maybe to do a more focused look at the religious studies database first, and then move out beyond there. So we'll talk about that in a moment. So if you're looking for the discovery system, I put in Buddhism, and then I'm just going to search here. Important. When you're off campus, you have to sign in. And it's normally when you log in. Actually, I'm gonna take this back. Let me go back. I want you to see what it really looks like. Let's see if it'll let me go back a screen. It's not letting me go back a screen. Okay, so let's log in. It's going to take me right to the discovery system. When you actually do that and you're signing in, you put in your FIU email address and password, and it'll normally take you back to the library homepage. And you'll see this word. You see Easy Proxy up here in the URL right over here? That is going to be in the URL on the homepage. And that's kind of your clue that you have access to everything. If you do what I'm doing and you look for something and then it makes you sign in, it will take you to what you're looking for. But I have to admit, when I'm normally searching on my own every day, I just sign in right away, so I'm not bothered by that in the middle of my work. So that's just a habit. So anyway, when you come in here, what is nice about it is it gives you, very often it might give you an article, like this is a reference article that you could read that would be an overview of Buddhism, for example. And then it will include all types of things, video recordings, ebooks, and articles. And if you look on the side right here, you can see how many academic journals are in this result, and how many books. If you only wanted to look at academic journals, you could click that, and then it will narrow it down to that collection alone. So you have options. It gives you, I think it's an interesting way to look at a topic and try to find out what else is out there, what possible topics are being discussed in the literature. One thing I think you should get in the habit of doing, rather than just using a single keyword search, is do an advanced search, which will allow you to look at more than one term. So if I was interested in Buddhism and violence, for example, when I search, it's going to narrow that and significantly cut down, even though it could be a lot more than, we probably wanted to do a lot more than that. But it gives you a look at what we have on a more specific topic. And when you're in here, again, you'll notice I found books, I found articles, and again, if you are only looking for academic journal articles, you can click there. If you only want to look at books, you can click there. So you do have the ability to narrow down if you're on this page. And if you're looking for articles, there will often be a PDF link there, or there'll be a Find It at FIU link, which I'll show you a little more. When I go into ATLA for a moment. So this is a discovery system. Again, a good way to start. I wouldn't hesitate to use it, but I often when I'm working with someone specifically on a particular topic, I usually go a different route. So let me show you some other ways to find what you need. For example, if you know the name of a database, you can always go to Find A to Z, and then click and find the database in the A to Z list. But if you're not really sure, you can go to Research Start, and you can choose Subject Resources. When you choose Subject Resources, you'll slide down to Religious Studies, and it will give you two things. It'll give you a list of guides, and I want you to get used to using the Religious Studies guide, which I'll show you in a moment, and then the databases. So when you click here, the one I'm going to recommend to you, and you'll see it also on the guide, is ATLA. ATLA is the main database in religious studies. It's going to give you articles looking at the literature of the religious studies field. So when you're in the discovery, you're looking interdisciplinary way. You're getting things from all types of disciplines, which is a positive at times. It depends on your subject. But sometimes you want to see what is the religious studies literature saying, and then move out to a wider get a wider picture of what the other literatures are saying. So, religious studies is a very interdisciplinary field, and from the professors you've heard from this morning, you can see how it goes into so many other areas, and often your research will need to do that. And here we have, lower on the page, you have lots of different databases that are listed, but there are so many that it's often very difficult to make those decisions. So those are the moments where you go to Ask Us and ask a question of the librarian who's on, or contact me. My email is listed here on this page, and it's listed on the guide. So you have many ways to get in touch with me and other librarians to ask for some guidance. Don't feel like you have to make all the decisions on your own. There are plenty of people who are here to help you. And of course, your professor will always give you guidance about what they expect from your research projects. So they may also want to talk through a project topic with you as well. So don't forget that. So the guides, I'm going to take us to the Religious Studies Guide. And let me move this over on my page because I can't see this. There we go. So here's the Religious Studies Guide. Now the library homepage, just to reiterate, it's library.fiu.edu. If you put a slash after it and type in the words religious studies, no space between them, you'll come to this guide. So those are two very easy things to find, and I would bookmark them if I was you. This way you can easily get to them when you need them. So this page, the front page obviously is an intro page, but if you're not really clear about the difference between scholarly versus popular literature, you're not sure between primary and secondary, and sometimes your professors will say, I want primary literature, and you need to make sure you understand what they're talking about. These two guides will help you understand more about that. And again, if you're looking for books, you can come here. This part explains a little bit about books and how to find things also if they're not here at the FIU library. And also one source that I really want to talk about just quickly, because I think it's so important for you to know it exists, is the Encyclopedia of Religion. The Encyclopedia of Religion is, I would say it's a top scholarly source in your field. And I would use it when you're doing a research project on a particular religion or an aspect of a religion. These will be very nice articles. They're going to give you great resources. They're written by experts, and even some of your professors may have written some of these articles. So it's worth taking a look. And when you're looking for information, you will notice some different articles on Buddhism. They have quite a lot, and here's an overview. The overview articles are really well written, and if you're confused about something, and the specific articles are well written as well, I think they'll give you good background to help you make some decisions about what you want to research, and give you the kind of background you need to do that periodical research as well. So I highly recommend that you use that. One of the important things about this database, let me go back a screen here, is that it has a search box up at the top. If you put your word in here, you're going to search all of the books in the Gale collection. So try to remember to search within the publication here on the side. If you end up, let me run this search. If you end up, for example, by mistakenly going here and you want to do an advanced search, what will happen is you'll need to put in the publication that you want to search in, or else it will search all of the databases. So remember to add Encyclopedia of Religion, then put your terms in here, and it will search within that source. If you want to look at other sources later, you're welcome to do that. But at the beginning, I really recommend that you get in the habit of take a quick look at this. I think you'll find it very helpful in your research. Let's see, the other thing, articles and databases. Here again on the guide, it's taking you, as I said, to ATLA and some other resources here. And there's other little tidbits on the guide, but ATLA is the database that I would probably recommend for your first look when you're doing a research project. And I'll just quickly do Buddhism. Search. And you can see that I narrowed my numbers down quite a lot. I have 258 items. There are books and articles here. Sometimes you'll find that when you're in databases, they will look at chapters in books. Sometimes they look at full books. If you have a restriction in your research and you want to only find academic journals, you can narrow here too. One thing I highly recommend is not to click full text when you're in databases. The reason for that is that, for example, this database has full text. You see there are some full text items here, but all the articles that are not full text will disappear from your result. The problem with that is that we actually have something called Find It at FIU. You probably notice this little icon here. And when it says Find It at FIU, let me see if I can find just quickly. I'm going to do an academic journals one so we can see. That's a little easier to work with Find It at FIU. If something isn't full text, and here I'm not finding a lot that are full text. Okay, here's one that doesn't show me full text. It's in the Journal of Religion and Violence. It's from 2016. If I click on it, it's taking you to our resource that will look for whether we own it or not. Let's see. And here it's telling me I can look at this article in JSTOR and I can look at it in another place. So we have this software set up in all our databases that look in our other databases to see, hey, it's not in here, but let's see if we have it. And it's another way to find what you want. If we don't have it in another place, it will say, sorry, we don't. And you have the ability to get it through interlibrary loan, which you may or may not want to do this semester. It's up to you, but it is a way to get something that we don't have. And it usually doesn't take more than a day or two to get an item through interlibrary loan. So I would definitely consider that as you're doing your research. Any questions? Well, let me hold on the questions, and I'll leave these windows available in case we want to come back to them. So just to reiterate, one of the issues that we're all confronted with right now is this whole thing with the COVID issues and using the library. So if you happen to search the catalog or you find something in a database that you want and you're not able to find it, you go to the catalog. What will happen for you is, of course, you could limit to ebooks alone if you want to, and there's even something on our homepage now that will allow you to do that. But if it isn't an e-item, then you have the ability to request it. So be aware that if you request it, you'll be asked to sign in, and then when you sign in, it will allow you to then request, and you will get an email back saying whether, what to expect, because they're setting this up right now. So we're thinking it'll probably take at least a few days probably to get the book, but you'll be told where to meet the person. It probably will be contactless. So you'll either meet them, somewhere in the, near the entrance or exits from the building. So be prepared for that. You will be able to do that. Someone will be there in the library, not a lot of someone. So that's why I can't give you a specific amount of days, but there'll be some staff there who will be going up to the stacks and pulling things that are requested. So be prepared for that. It's going to definitely delay a little bit. And on that note, I think that it's important to remind you, and I know that as an undergraduate, procrastination is probably something you're quite used to, but it's a great opportunity to try to break yourself of it. So I'm going to recommend a modified procrastination, particularly during this COVID time, because usually, if you wait, there are issues that you run into where you can't get your hands on something as quickly as you want to, but now we have even more delays in kind of getting in our way. So my modified procrastination, which I talk about all the time, is do the research as soon as you're ready to get started. When your professor says do this, get started now, take them seriously and get started, because it will really help you in getting what you want. And getting the help you need to get prepared. So I highly recommend that you try not to procrastinate this semester and next semester. I'm learning how to not procrastinate is something that takes practice, but be very mindful of it this semester, because you want to be able to research what excites you. And that's one of my things. I really want a student to pick a topic that excites them and makes them want to do this research when they're working on a project. So please, consider that. I think you may, if you're interested in instruction, a lot of your professors will navigate that and create either have Zoom sessions in their classes or speak with me if they need any assistance in creating maybe a guide for a class that you're in. So hopefully we'll meet again. If you have questions, don't hesitate. I'm noticing, this is what I want to show you. They started adding some things yesterday to try and help a little bit. There's this more options ebook. So if you only want ebooks and you don't want to have any print resources, you can use this to do that. Also, there's something further down here with, you'll see this page, and this page includes some secret, I don't know why, I don't think they should be a secret, but on this page down on the bottom, there's here we go, all the way down here, there's expanded access to e-resources, and several publishers have given us access to ebooks and e-journals that we don't really subscribe to. This is just during COVID. They're opening up their products and making them available. So for example, let's say you're in the catalog, you don't find something, an ebook or a print book that is working, and you have a title, you're really looking for a specific title even, you can go into these collections and see if it's available through these collections, and you will be able to click through and look at it. So it's a wonderful alternative. So don't, definitely take advantage of it. I'm sorry that it's so far hidden down here. I'm asking and kind of begging for a link somewhere higher up on our page. And maybe you'll see it and you'll say, Stephanie finally got it. And instead of it being all the way down here. But anyway, I hope everything I've shared with you today will be helpful to you. Before I stop sharing, are there any questions? I can't see the chat, so are there any questions in chat? Okay, I guess then I'm done.
No, I don't see anything.
Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing. There you all are.
All right, thank you so much, Stephanie. That was wonderful.
Oh, you're welcome. I hope it wasn't too much.
No, it's wonderful. It was comprehensive, which is awesome. I think it's just really great that they're able to, the students are able to see kind of the diversity of resources, because I think unless you're really trained in knowing how to access digital resources, it can be very overwhelming. And then sometimes students will come to me and they'll be like, well, I just can't find it. I just can't find it. So it's there. It just takes some time,
Yes, it's very overwhelming. And, I mean, I know this sounds kind of nutty, but just take a deep breath. When you're having trouble finding your way, just take that deep breath. And a lot of publishers, they choose where they want to put that little PDF link. There's no standards in this world. Where should the PDF link? And you really have to sometimes look closely on a page to find it. So just taking that deep breath, and at the very, if you're in the middle of something and you're like, I need some help, use that ask button. Someone is, we're sometimes doubling up on reference chat. And so, just stay patient, and there's someone to help you.
Thank you so much, Stephanie.
You're welcome. Glad to help.
So I just wanted to open it up to anybody who wants to, maybe if you want to say something or you have a question, If anyone wants to say anything or ask any of the panelists or the professors that are here questions. All right, so I think we're good. Thank you again, all of you, for coming today. It was a pleasure. I'll send you again. You should have received the PDF with the links for everyone. If you have questions or you have any issues, just don't hesitate to email me and I'll try to get back with you as quickly as possible or refer you to the right person who can help. So just to let you guys know, the best way to contact me, I think everyone here, is going to be your FIU email address. Usually we check those very, very quickly. And if you need you have a special issue and you want to Zoom or something, I'm happy to do that. So we're just know that we're here to support you in everything that we can. We want you to graduate. We want you to enjoy your time. We want you to explore, to learn about different religions and traditions all around the world. We want you to be happy and healthy as you go through the process. And so we're here to support you anytime. So just send any of us an email address and we'll do our best to help you through this process. I wish you guys a wonderful semester. Good luck with everything, and hopefully we'll see you soon on other Zoom events, meetings, and things that we have going on within the department. All right. Anybody else would like to say anything?
Thank you.
You're most welcome.
Bye, everyone. Have a wonderful semester.
Yes, stay safe.
You too.
We're here.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Take care.